People say what you like to do. I say I like going on walks. They say what you do for fun. I like going on long walks. I don't know. Y'all should be proud of me. I'm walking very far for y'all to get new scenery. I'm going to Ohio State campus to get some new, background scenery, background noise to film today. So that's where we're headed. I'm walking so far from my crib downtown to a college campus. It's about some miles away. So we getting there. We walking there. Alright, y'all, we finally found a spot. I think the hardest part about YouTube is finding a quiet spot to record where there's no music. It's not a lot of people talking crazy, but I found a beautiful spot on Ohio State's campus, the Ohio State's campus. Very quiet. I'm gonna show y'all right now. Look, it's so beautiful. I love nature, so this is definitely my vibe. I love it. If I was in college, I would definitely be here every single day. Don't even care. Probably was a good class for this place. But I'm so happy you are here. Welcome back to another Daily Truth. But every time you're watching, it's the best time to get in this space and in the place. There you go. If you're new here, you'll get why I just did that. So you'll know next time. I'm glad you're showing up again. I'm glad you're being consistent and, just trying. We're on number X episode of the Daily Truth, and we're talking about the fruits of the Spirit. Today's is about faithfulness. Something I probably couldn't talk about a couple years back because I wasn't the most faithful person, and that's just talking about relationship. I'm talking about my relationship with God. I wasn't faithful there either, so I can talk about it now because I've been convicted in my faithfulness. Because since I'm a grown man now. I've grown. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to the person I want to be, when it comes to wanting to be married and all those things. I still got ways to go, of course, but faithfulness is definitely the biggest part of being a man of God, a true man of God, faithfulness. Because the temptation's a real thing. So let's read the verse, Ephesians 5, 22, verse 23. It says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law." Faithfulness. I think to be faithful is to hold your word, and this is more for the man. Women too, of course, but for the man, can you keep your word? And for me, I've been convicted of that because I'll say some things, and I forget that I made that promise. Or even when it comes to like paying back loans, I have a few loans out there. I'll be honest, I ain't paid them back yet. Can I keep my word? Faithfulness to my word. And it makes me sad because sometimes things are missed, things are forgotten. And as a person that's growing in Christ, recognizing faithfulness and honesty are so important to that walk. Right? We don't want to be stressed out and I'm not meeting this fruit of the Spirit. I'm not doing this correctly. Relax. I get it. But I want you to understand, once you're going into building on these fruits of the Spirit, do one at a time. I mean, you can't focus on however many it is and try to collect them all in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? It's built over time. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes you don't know if those things are being built up unless you're tested with those things. So most of these fruits of the Spirit, all of them actually, you won't know you have them or you've mastered them per se, unless you get tested in those areas. So for me, like faithfulness, I didn't know I was able to be faithful unless I had a girlfriend again, right? And I'm not saying use people as like test dummies to see where you are, when it comes to things, but I think communication is super important when it comes to those things. Like, can you just communicate? Hey, I'm growing, I'm learning, and if I mess up here, I don't mean it. I'm gonna learn from it. But so with me not being the most faithful person in my life in past years, I think I started moving more maturely. When I got into a relationship, let that person go, I wasn't ready. Vocally spoke and said I wasn't ready. But now it's like, I know I'm ready, and when I see other women, because other women don't just disappear when you get a girlfriend, or other men don't disappear when you get a boyfriend, they still there. It's just knowing what you have, and knowing that word you kept. Faithfulness. It's no reason to act on any temptation, act on anything other than acting on faithfulness, right? So as you are working towards faithfulness and you're allowing God to use you in ways that you never thought you'd be used to gain a faithfulness, I pray you understand that those things are being built up in it, but it takes time. Okay, so these fruits of the spirits, these last three, which is faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, they are more geared towards relationship. So I think it's like, I feel like love was the first one, and the ending one is self-control, right? And it's so crazy how those things are kind of connected, but I feel as though it starts kind of like at the beginning, like it's like the kindergarten level. Love is the kindergarten level of things. Love is hard to find sometimes, but it's the kindergarten level of things. It gets harder and harder as the fruits of the spirit go, right? Your love get tested when you lose your joy, right? Your joy gets tested when you lose peace. You get what I'm saying? That's the order of the fruits of the spirit. So it's a crazy way to think about it. But to gain that knowledge, man, you're never gonna lose it. Once you gain it, you'll never lose it. Yeah, it's so much that goes into being faithful that people don't really understand, right? Because not only is being faithful to yourself important and being faithful to other people, but being faithful to God. I mean, and bro, you're gonna lose some motivation sometimes. I get it. We're human beings. That's why I tell people, don't start so heavy. Like people talking about the winter arc. I get it, bro. Don't start slow. Right? I think the most important thing is just starting in general. You don't gotta start so heavy. You don't gotta start so fast. You don't gotta start so quick. Relax. And I try to tell people to relax. I tell myself the same thing. Relax. But there's no reason to rush anything, because what's for you is gonna be for you, and it's waiting for you. It's not gonna leave you. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna pull off too early. It's there for you for a reason. All right? And I don't want you thinking you got thousands of years. No, it's not what we got. But we do have time that God lives outside of. I think I got a spider web on my spider web. No one sat up here ever, apparently. But yeah, just being faithful to God, man. I'm super faithful to Him now. I wasn't in the beginning. Even I would say beginning of the year, I wasn't that faithful, you know, because I was so geared towards what God could give me rather than what He can instill in me, right? I don't really want the things that God can just give me, you know, that I can enjoy for the moment. No. Like, He didn't just give me my girlfriend to enjoy for the moment. That's not what He did, and I know that because of our actions outside of everything and our conversations. He gave her to me to instill something in me and in her, right? And that's a healthy relationship where she's helping me get through things, I'm helping her get through things, and it's just a beautiful thing to be involved in. And I don't ever see myself coming out of this thing, right? But to have my focus on God while still going through things outside of my relationship, right? That faithfulness is like, okay, got this problem here, but I got my God here who I have put above everything. So why worry about something I can't change that only God can change? Get it? It's not that simple of thinking. I get it, y'all. I understand that. But with me going through what I'm going through, it's like I'm still able to think that way. Like, I don't know what you're going through. I don't even know if you're going through anything right now. But one day you got to understand, keep the faithfulness to God, because He got you. There's nothing too hard. There's nothing too big for God, bro. Like, nothing you go through, nothing you are currently experiencing will ever be too much for God, man. So as you are growing, and you know, I'm happy to see y'all grow through the channel with me. Know that you will be tested, but I know that you're going to get through it because of your mindset. You being subscribed to this channel means you have a great mindset, great mindset, and you don't mind change. Change is hard for you, but you don't mind it. So I appreciate you guys for showing up all the time, you know, to get the word and to just connect. So today's question, to end everything, I hope today's video opened your eyes a little bit on faithfulness. Okay, I know it wasn't much, and it's like, oh, I need steps. I can't tell you the steps, but I can lead you to the water. I can lead you to the water, but I can't tell you the steps because we have different lives. The way I gain faithfulness isn't how you're going to gain faithfulness. You're going to have a way different test than me, and I know you're going to pass it. But today's question for today is, what is God having you be faithful to right now? Outside of human beings, what is God having you be faithful to? And I want you to think about that. think God's having me be faithful to His promise. The promise that He promised me in the end, because I know it's going to come through. Be faithful. Be diligent. And wait. That's all I say. Wait. Waiting is the hardest thing to do in this day and age, man. But just wait. So answer that question in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, like I said. And we'll be back in a couple days for another Daily Truth. I appreciate you guys to no end. This will change my life one day, and just changing my life, it will be changing your life. So have a blessed and prosperous day. I will see you again on another Daily Truth.